Today I'm in Mahomet, Illinois. I am hiking the Hannon Levee Trail. I don't know much about it. It looks like there is a forest floodplain restoration project out here. We're going to check it out, see what there is to see. Apparently, there's an app that will tell you about this trail. That's the golf course. I believe this is the trail right here. There's a little map here, so it says parking lot to trailhead 3/10 of a mile. I guess we're there. So about 2 miles. I am somewhat stymied by the abundance of paper bags out here. Maybe they held yard waste? Heck, I don't know. But they're scattered all over out here. And here we go. Off to the left here, I believe, is where they're doing the forest floodplain restoration. The trail's going to circle around here to the left. Here's a water gauge, water meter. Wonder how often this floods. So I didn't do a lot of research before I started this hike. Apparently, these levees were built to protect farmland from flooding. But as you can see, we descended down to this area. So this is floodplain, and this would probably have been pretty good farming ground, except for when it flooded. And a lot of resources went into making this levee. So I don't know how long the farms were down here. I don't know how profitable they were, or what they farmed. There's a dip in the levee right there, and it says, "Warning, do not proceed if water is flowing over or about to flow over the trail." I don't know how well it comes out, but it almost looks like there's a trail right there, cut through the brush. There's some flagging, and then there's a bunch of trees flagged out there, and I don't know if they are trees that they're monitoring or if they're marked for cutting. Off to the right here is the Sangamon River. This is the river that would flood, that these levees were built to protect this area from. So as you can see, the river's quite low right now, or I don't know if that's normal, but it would have to rise quite a bit to get to the levee, and even more to overtop the levee. I'm wondering if the depression here, right down in here, is natural, or if that's where they took the dirt from to build this levee. There are a couple of bluebirds up here. I'll try to zoom in on them. You see. There's a nice little game trail running across the levee. I did see some white-tailed deer out here just a little while ago, but they were far off and my camera wasn't ready, so I didn't get any footage of them. We have another depth gauge. I'm guessing that's feet, but I don't know. I don't know if that's feet above sea level or what. It's certainly not elevation. Oh, there's a little chickadee right there on the branch. There's a couple of trail cameras up here, it looks like. I passed one a while back that I noticed. I don't know how well it shows, but it looks like there's a game trail right off to the right here off the levee. There's a bench here, and it looks like there's another levee that runs off this way to where the ground rises up there in the distance. I'm wondering if this was to keep two separate farms, or two crops, or just in case one flooded. Abandoned infrastructure like this really kind of fascinates me. I wonder how long this farm, or if it was a farm, lasted, how long it took to build these levees, all the work that went in to build them. It's pretty interesting. Behind me you can see what would presumably be the field if this was a farm. Here we can see the levee Doesn't seem raised quite as much, but we've got the ground rising naturally off to the right here, so it wouldn't be needed. Kind of makes me wonder why you'd even bother with this part of the levee, why you wouldn't just run it straight into the hillside in the back. So I think this park could be quite dynamic. This trail would be very different after a significant rainfall. If we get one while I am still in the area, definitely going to come back and check it out. I would love to see how this changes. In fact, I'll probably come back here after it warms up and we start having the plants bloom and start to grow again. It's just really neat, and I'd love to see the changes that happen in this park. And so here the trail seems to follow the base of the natural hill, and it does not appear that the levee really exists on this side. So that group of people I walked into was a work party. They're volunteers, part of the Land Conservation Trust here, and taking care of this, and they were removing invasive species. So yeah, ran into some people doing some volunteer work. It's great. Love to see that. I've been walking past all these blazes. Apparently, this trail will connect all the way down to Allerton Park. It's not passable all the time, especially when it floods, but yeah, this is part of a more extensive trail network. All right, that's been the Bruce Hannon Levee Trail here in Monticello, Illinois. This is a really neat trail. It looks like they have a bunch of volunteers working to take care of this place. If you get out here, check it out. It's a really nice hike. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next week.